that thing?
Unfortunately, you do, Miss Williams.
I don't want to read it. Let me go find it. You just sent it to me.
I did. I just emailed it to you.
I'm just trying to figure out where I put it. There it is. Okay, we'll read this thing. Script for remotely conducted open meetings. We're using Zoom webinar for this meeting. I'm going to use my New Jersey fast voice. It allows the public to participate in the meeting as an attendee. Attendees must register to participate. Registration link is unique to the meeting. Registration link can be found in the description of the Nantucket Government TV YouTube live feed for the meeting, as well as on the agenda. People registering to be an attendee must use their names, otherwise they'll not be allowed to participate. Attendees will join in listening mode. They can click the raise their hand if they wish to speak. Chair will call on those who have raised their hands and or they were raised. All questions will be directed to the chair. As a preliminary matter, this Medicaid advisory meeting, I am the chair. Permit me to confirm all members and persons anticipated on the agenda are present and can hear me. Bruce?
Yes,
Mark?
I hear you.
Okay, Mark,
Hi, I hear you.
is Tom here yet?
No,
Okay, he's coming. Esmeralda, your staff. I do see one person I don't know on here. Do we know who this is?
He is here for 328 Madigan Road, the Tesla Energy solar panels.
Oh, okay. What's the person's name again?
Nathan Tissot, he's the representative for Telsa and he's representing the applicant.
Okay, he's coming from Tesla.
It says he represents Telsa. I don't know if he works for them or if he,
Correct.
All right, because I just have to take the minutes, so I just want to make sure I don't miss somebody. Okay, staff, when I call your name, Esmeralda, you've already answered. Anticipated speakers on the agenda, we've just clarified that. Good morning. This open meeting of the MAB is being conducted remotely pursuant to Chapter 20 of the Acts of 2021, which he extended to the middle of July. Ensuring public access does not ensure public participation unless such participation is required by law. This meeting of the MAB will feature public comment as previously noted. For this meeting, the MAB is convening by video conference via Zoom webinars posted on the town's website, identifying how the public may join. Please note that this meeting is being recorded and that all attendees are participating by video conference. Accordingly, please be aware that other folks may be able to see you, and take care not to screen share your computer. Anything that you may broadcast may be captured by the recording. All supporting materials have been provided. Members of this body are available at the town website unless otherwise noted. The public is encouraged to follow along using the posted agenda unless I, the chair, note otherwise. Ground rules. We are now turning to the first item on the agenda. Before we do so, permit me to cover some ground rules. Effective, clear conduct of your business during active meeting minutes, which I take. I will introduce each speaker on the agenda. After they conclude the remarks, the chair will go down to the line of members, inviting each by name to provide any comment, questions, or motions. Please hold your name as called further. Please remember to mute your phone or computer when you're not speaking. Please remember to speak clearly and in a way that helps generate accurate minutes. Any response, please wait until the chair yields the floor to you and state your name before speaking. If members wish to engage in conversation with other members, with your phone's ringing, please don't do that, or take care to do it through the chair. For items with public comment, after members have spoken, the chair will afford public comment to those members of the public that have joined the meeting via Zoom. Members of the public who wish to speak must state their names and be acknowledged by the speaker through the chair. Each vote taken in this meeting will be conducted by roll call vote. Done. All right, I'll go back to my other screen. Okay, is Tom here yet?
I don't see him.
Okay, we'll just
He
keep
is
going.
not.
All right. All right, Nathan, who exactly, come off of mute. Who exactly do you represent?
I'm with Tesla Energy and I'm representing the homeowner, JP Hernandez at 328 Madigan.
Somebody want to make a motion to approve the agenda?
So moved.
Moved.
Okay, and Bruce, I'll give you the second.
Okay.
All those in favor? Bruce,
Yes,
Mark,
Hi.
and myself. Okay. Oh, do we want to approve the minutes, Esmeralda, that I did the last time, or are they not on here? Minutes are not on there.
So, yes, we're no longer doing minutes. We just take your comments and Holly reads them off to the board, to the HTC board.
I believe any meeting of a town entity has to have minutes.
Nope, not advisory boards because you are not vetted through the select board.
Cool.
Yeah,
Then we don't exist. And that's why I want to get rid of the H tab, but that's another issue.
yes, so we will take your comments and take them into consideration, but no minutes.
Well, I fill out those forms and hand them to you anyway.
Yep, which is perfect. We like that system. Thank you.
Yeah. I like that system. I just got to remember to do it when I get off the meeting. First one up is JP Hernandez, 328 Matticat Road, roof solar panels. Tesla Energy, if you want to throw that up on the screen, Esmeralda, that'd be great. Okay. Okay. I knew it was way out there.
It's right next to Millie's.
No, those are my clients. This is 2 doors away from Millie's. Oh, whoa, interesting
Go
picture.
to the site map.
I did. I know
Go
I know this.
Go down.
Yeah, they're basically 3 doors down from me.
I'm confused. Site map.
I'm on 308 Matticat Road.
Okay, you
Well-
see the blue lot? You see that blue box?
Oh, Millie's, I thought I'm, because my clients are the ones across the street that owned Millie's.
Okay, that
Millie's
big
restaurant.
white,
Yeah, Millie's
that
restaurant.
white- that white rectangular is Millie's parking lot.
Yeah, I was just seeing, my head was going to Millie's Cottage, not Millie's Restaurant.
I see. I'm sorry. I should have said restaurant.
Okay. All right. What part of the building, I hate to ask, are these on?
The roof.
Front building, according to the drawings, they're on the front building closest to the street. And I have some questions. Maybe
Let
Nathan,
him make the presentation first. I
Oh.
assume it's on every piece of this building, including what's facing Matticat Road, but let him, Tom is here now. Let him have his shot at this.
Hi, thank you. Just to clarify, these are not solar panels. This is our new Tesla solar roof product. They're textured solar shingles that take the place of asphalt shingles. So in this case, if it were to be approved, the roof would be stripped. The solar shingles would be put on the house, just the front house, just the front structure, because there's 2 houses on the property.
So the
But
one closest to Matticat Road.
the one closest to Matticat Road. On the second page of the plan set, the tiny squares that you see, those would be active for solar energy, solar PV. And then the rest of the house would have just dummy shingles, but all the shingles match. Each shingle is black and textured, so it will resemble asphalt tiles. I did send some pictures into Esmeralda as well.
Well, that's what we're looking for, is the pictures.
Okay.
I thought I had saved them to this file, but I'm looking for them. So bear with.
Can we allow him to screen share?
Of course, if he's capable of, yes, more than happy.
Unfortunately, I cannot because I am on my cell phone
Mm.
and my laptop,
there are
work
pictures.
laptop. on.
There are 2 pictures in the submission package at the, if you go to the end. He provided specifications with a couple of pictures.
Yeah, I'm just looking for one that steps back. I know what they look like on the roof. I mean, the only other ones that are on Nantucket were the Dow ones, and they are only one house with the Dow roof shingles that were, 15 years old. That was my niece. So I've seen those. These are a lot better, actually.
The picture, okay, there you go. That's actually in Sandwich. So that's what the roof would look like when completed. I have been approved in several historical districts: Provincetown, Yarmouth, Hingham, Cambridge, Sandwich.
Any historic districts?
Yeah, quite a few. We have installed in Yarmouth, Old Kings Highway.
On Old Kings Highway. So you
on
had
Old
to go,
Kings
so you
Highway.
had to go through their board?
Yes.
Okay,
And then I included a couple pictures just to see what it would look like against typical cedar shake and then gray vinyl siding as well. Two of the more common sidings on Cape and Islands.
well, we don't have any fake siding. Everything here is
Cedar
clapboard or
shake.
cedar shakes,
Right.
cedar shingles.
Nathan,
That's
you made a statement that only one face of the roof would have these active shingles, the other would be inactive. Which face is going to have the active shingles, and do the active ones look like the inactive ones?
So if we were able to go back to the plan set, on the second page, in that first structure there, I don't know if you can see how there's little squares outlined on the roof.
Yes.
Those are all the active solar shingles. So every one of those squares represents an active shingle. And
So it would be on each of those four planes of the roof.
correct. And then the other blank spaces would be dummy shingles, but all the shingles look the same.
Well, that's
Like,
Do you have
interesting.
a photo? Do you have a photo contrasting one of those shingles with an asphalt shingle?
I believe that
I-
last picture does show active and inactive. You can tell the difference. No, on the roof. One above that, maybe? Keep going. Yeah. There.
Oh, really? So the lower ones are asphalt?
No, those, I don't have any that show a side-by-side comparison to asphalt.
Yeah,
Um,
the other houses have asphalt.
Maybe go to
Hold
that
on,
last,
everybody.
go to the
This
last
is, hold on.
photograph.
Everybody needs to stop. You got to talk one at a time, and I got to recognize you because I have to take notes and I can't have 5 people talking at one time. So Bruce, you still going?
Yes, go to the bottom picture that shows the view from a house from the street. I think it's the last picture of the packet.
This one?
No. Yes. There's like, it looks like there are several types of shingles on this picture. One is a very kind of shiny one right over the porch. And then the left and right areas look different from the main roof. Are all of those the shingles that you're referring to?
So these are all the same shingle. The ones on top of the roof with a ladder at the very top, those are active. The one below that on the porch, those are inactive, but they are all the same shingle. I don't know if that's just the lighting that's making it look a little different, but they're all the same shingle.
Okay, the reason I'm asking the question is that my opinion is that my experience with these off island is they're very good and effective and efficient. I think they're a great idea, but they can be a little more shiny, so to speak, than the normal asphalt shingle when the sun is at a right angle. And this porch kind of displays that reflective nature. So my feeling is, well, first of all, the pitch on some of these roofs is not 612 as it says in the application. Some of the pitches are 312. But my view is that this is not in keeping with the kind of rural, charming nature that we're trying to maintain in Mattocket. And perhaps that front face that faces Mattocket Road should not have these shiny type shingles facing the road. And then the equipment that's shown on the side of the house, there's no real dimensions or anything like that on this drawing. And I'll ask the group here, since they're visible from the street and the bike path, should there be some kind of a little fence around them so they're not visible from the street?
Normally, what we do with air, if it's like an air conditioning unit, normally they have a little 4-foot natural to weather fence around them to shield them. So that's something that we can recommend if we go there.
So those were my two comments about this, the shiny nature of the shingles as they appear from the street are out of character for Mattakit, and the equipment enclosure, not enclosure, but fence. Thank you.
All right, Tom. You're on mute. Tom, you're on mute.
I'm sorry. I agree with Bruce on his second item. Put a little fence around the, electric boxes and everything. But the fact that the shingles are shiny, I was wondering if there was another aspect of possibly being slightly dull. Does anyone know about the Tesla dull shingles, or are they all shiny?
That would be a Nathan question.
Yes, I think I agree with Bruce, the fact that they're shiny. I was just wondering if there was another aspect, so we can ask that, ask the installer if there's a possible dull one.
Okay, yeah, I was going to be concerned about that myself. All right, Nathan, you want to answer that one? I'm familiar with these Tesla because I've been waiting for this since Dow stopped producing them. But do you have an answer to that, that they shouldn't be this shiny?
Sure.
Yes.
So I will say they are definitely shinier than asphalt shingles. That picture in Sandwich, it looks, I believe that was taken just after it rained. So you're going to get more of a glare off of the panel. Again, they are textured, they are shinier than asphalt. They're similar to matte style solar panels themselves. I don't know if the board's familiar with matte style solar panels, but
Yeah.
It's similar to that and it's textured. But again, they are shinier than asphalt shingles because it's textured glass, PV glass.
Okay. Mark?
Yeah, my question would be, I'd like to see a picture of how shiny they are in direct sunlight. This seems to be an overcast day. Yeah, it looks like it's a wet roof to me.
Oh, there you go.
Okay. Well, I mean, that, I don't have any problem with that. I'd like to see that in Mattakit, especially if it indicates, well, it doesn't look like a solar roof, I guess that's the point, right? But we've got a history of Alan Warden and so on having fantastic articles written about his solar installation on Esther Island over there. I don't know. I think it looks fine.
Okay.
I guess I need to understand what kind of fences you're talking about.
It's just a little, it's like we put around AC units and tanks. It's just a 4-foot board, natural to weather fence, just around it,
Oh, well.
like with anything.
All right, so it wouldn't prevent you from seeing the roof. It would prevent you from seeing the utilities.
Yes, just the
connection. Yeah,
the
that's
battery.
fine. I mean, this is literally my neighbor. I'm at 308 Mattakit Road, so I would have no problem with this.
Well, you're not a direct abutter, so don't say it's your neighbor.
Okay, I'm a few houses down.
Okay.
I
I
walk by
tend
this
to,
in the morning.
I'm familiar with this type of thing, as I said earlier, because my niece had the only other solar shingle on the island, and it's good 15 years old now because Dow stopped making them. I knew Tesla was coming with these, and it's a great alternative to panels, black panels on a black asphalt roof. I think it's a good location. This isn't an old house. I think it's a good location to check them out all the way at the end of Mattakit Road to see how it works. And I think it's a good test product. I mean, Nathan, you haven't done any other ones here yet, right? Is this your first one?
This is our first application on Nantucket, yes.
Okay. I don't have a problem with doing this. I assume these have the same caveat that the panels do, that they have to face sort of south as opposed to on the north side, which would be away from, or the west side, which would be away from the road.
South and west is preferred. However, since these are shingles, pretty much any direction that catches sunlight would work with these.
Okay, because that may come up at the HDC itself as to putting them on the backside away from the road, which is somewhat south, it's probably southwest.
It
As
is southwest.
as opposed to the front of the building. So that's probably going to be a discussion we're going to have to, the HDC is going to have to wrestle with. But I'm with Mark. I don't have a problem with these. I know they're textured. And I've been waiting for something like this to happen as an alternative to the panels, which are kind of obvious when they're on the roof. If the whole roof is done in these and some of them are inactive, you can't tell really what you're looking at, because even with my nieces and the Dows, they're in a very concentrated area and they have regular shingles all around them. You still don't understand what you're looking at when you see them. So I think this is a great idea. Frankly, it's a great alternative on these outlying areas. I don't think, unlike Kings Highway, which has a very restrictive book because I have it, I don't think we can go there in the old historic districts, but I think this is a great alternative for outside of town, because I just got a whole bank of them approved out on Dionis Road, facing the road, but 350 feet away from the road. And it's still, you can see them, but you still don't know what you're looking at, but they're panels on a black roof. I think this is a much better alternative for these outlying areas. So I think we're split 2-2, but I will make that known to the HDC. Is there any other comments?
I would like to add just one more thing. Speaking of facing the road, the Tesla solar roof, it's a whole roof solution. So we would not be able to do, say, half the roof asphalt, half the roof solar glass. It would have to be all solar glass.
How about roof plane, like front plane versus back plane? Can you split them up that way or not?
No, it really depends on the roof. I do believe in rare instances, we will leave dormers if they have asphalt or cedar shake. We can work with the dormers, but hips and valleys, everything like that has to be solar roof, because you can't really integrate it directly with the asphalt or cedar shake.
Well, that's my other thing. We, a lot of people have cedar shakes on roofs. How do you deal with that? That would be way too difficult to integrate with a cedar shake. You don't have ones that look like cedar shakes, do you yet? I know there's tiles that look like tiles, but you don't have anything that looks like a cedar shake yet, do you?
We do not. We have these, we have the tiles. I believe the next product would be slate. And then I don't know, I think cedar shake would probably be the hardest to mimic with these.
Yeah.
But I don't believe we have anything in the works as far as cedar shake, but you're correct. We cannot integrate directly with a cedar shake roof. That's why I mentioned dormers. Sometimes with the dormers, depending on how the roof is, we can put something in the valley to connect the solar glass with the cedar shake, but it's not something we do very often.
No, and that wouldn't be allowed here anyway. The roof has to be all consistent with something. Okay.
Okay.
All right. Any board members have any? This is going to be a split decision on this one. So I'll make that point that there's concern about reflection.
I just have a question about
calling?
durability.
Tom? Is it Tom?
No, Mark.
Oh, Mark. Okay.
So out on this end of Matticat Road, we're directly exposed to ocean wind and, you know, the sandblasting that comes with that, right? I'm always cleaning my windows of this kind of oily sand and stuff. And I'm just curious about the durability, the lifetime expectancy of this sort of tiling in this location where it's pretty much going to get a lot of ocean wind.
And salt.
Yes,
And
I
salt,
agree with that.
that kind of sandblasting effect.
Hold on, one person at a time. Nathan, do you have an answer to their longevity? Yeah, how long do these last and can they withstand this kind of crazy weather?
So they are warranted for 25 years. Ideally, they would last 50 to 100 years. And that's also with degradation of the PV. I know we have tested these pretty extensively, and a big concern was the New England area. So they did a lot of research there. And we have installs up and down the coastline. And as far as I know, we have not had any issues. All the wiring is underneath the glass panels, so that's not exposed. And it's sealed just like it would be an asphalt roof.
Cool. Okay.
And it's hail rated at the highest hail rating, which I think is 5.
Yeah, we don't get hail here.
Yeah.
We get wind, rain, and salt. Anybody else have any more comments?
Well, just to add to that, in Smith's point, everything, if someone leaves a car there, the windows do get sandblasted, so these might get sandblasted possibly. Would they still work?
They would, because the PV is integrated into the tile. And I imagine the sandblasting would probably take away some of that shininess that the
just gonna
board would
say
be
that.
concerned about.
Just gonna say that.
I have a quick question, please, Linda.
Yep.
Nathan, we get very high winds, just this last month or so. We've had winds in Mattocket over 70 miles an hour. And, you know, it's not unusual for a couple of shingles to blow off a roof. If these are installed, what's your experience and how they hold up to, you know, hurricane force winds? And if one or two of these shingles blow off, what's the effect on the system, and how will they be repaired?
So these are rated for minimum category 2 hurricane strength winds. I live in Plymouth, directly on the water. I'm familiar with the Cape and Islands, the weather we have. And I have yet to have any customers call with any of these shingles coming off the roof. But if one were to, we would just send a maintenance crew out. They're plug and play shingles. So we would pop off the damaged or lost shingles and replace them with new ones.
Does that send the entire thing down? If one comes off, does that disable the entire system?
It would not disable the entire system. It would disable what's called a string. So they're on strings, kind of like
Right.
Christmas lights.
Yep.
So if you have Christmas lights and one bulb goes out, just that section now would go down, as opposed to the entire string like it used to on Christmas lights.
Oh, good. All right.
Nathan, do you have these installed on your home?
I unfortunately do not. I have regular solar panels. I got solar panels about 10 years ago on my home.
Well,
I
it's
wish
about
I had
time
known
to
about
change.
this then, but
Just a question, if I may. If there was a damage to one or two tiles, are the others walkable to replace them?
yes, completely walkable, the entire roof.
Huh, that's pretty tough. Okay, any other questions?
I have none.
Great. Well, thank you very much. We'll, I don't know if there's a motion to be made here, but I think it's a split decision. Somebody want to make a motion for me to make that recommendation that it's split?
I move that we record the opinion of the advisory board that the split decision, primarily based upon the shiny, out of character nature of these compared to what's in the rest of Mattocket. And we also recommended that the side of the house with the various pieces of equipment should have a low fence so it's not visible from the street or bike path.
Yep, got it. Is there a second to that?
I'll second it.
Okay, Bruce in favor?
I'm in favor, yes.
Tom,
I,
Mark,
Aye.
and myself. Okay. I will transmit that. I hazard a guess, guys. If this goes forward and it works, I think we're going to see them all over the place. Just trying to avoid that extra cable and everything else that goes on here. Okey dokey. Thank you, Nathan. I would
Thank you very
suggest
much for your time.
be at the HDC meeting because this is going to come up.
Yes.
All right, 265 Matticat Road. Okay, this is Brooke. I don't think Brooke is here, though.
He is not here.
Okay, what do we have up first here?
The new second dwelling.
Secondary dwelling, okay. Well, that's pretty innocuous. Do we happen to have a picture of the existing structure? Which I've told them all to put in over time.
No,
we
no
don't.
picture.
Okay. Now, wait a minute. What was that bottom one? That didn't look like this one.
The drawings are a little bit mixed up, Linda.
Yeah, I'm trying to figure out what was the first one? Is that the
Yeah.
existing structure?
Drawing's not numbered 1. And this is
Oh, we've got a demo.
the demo.
There's
the
already a
demo's
demo
already been-
permit. All right, there's already a demo permit, so this is the replacement structure, but it makes it even more important for us to see what the existing structure looks like.
Well, these plans aren't even dimensioned. I mean,
No, this
It's-
one doesn't have to be dimensioned. This is just showing you that they already got approval for the demolition of this structure. Go to the other page.
I don't think that's the demolition.
No, the first page is the demo of the structure that's coming out,
How do you know that?
because it says it.
it does say it, there's a
Oh,
barn.
demo removed cottage. Okay, so
And this is what they're replacing it
one.
with. But how do you know what the existing structure looks like? I think the existing structure is a fairly new structure.
It's a regular center hall colonial with a wraparound porch.
Porch, that's what I thought. Esmeralda, can you get to the GIS from here?
That's what I'm trying to.
Data. Otherwise, I'll find it on my own. Well, that's the first problem. I don't know why, Esmeralda, you got to start holding their feet to the fire. If they're going to have a secondary dwelling, then they really need to show you what the existing structure looks like.
Understood.
And we've had this, that was part of what we were trying to require a long time ago. You have to go to the property record card, which is on the left.
That is a property record card. This one.
No, I've got the picture here. I'm going to copy the image and I'm going to send it to you.
Okay.
That's what I thought this house was. Okay, now,
That's a street view.
hold on. I'm sending it to you.
Okay.
Okay. Oh, yeah, there it is. You got it up. That's what I thought. They just built this house. I don't know when, but not too long ago, 2006, it says. Okay, so this is going behind this structure, I hope. There's no other room.
To the left, to the left
Yeah,
of the, to the left of the existing house, right on the street, there's a barn and that's the demo. And then behind that to the left in the back is a cottage demo.
Okay. You can't have 3 dwellings on this property, so I assume that one building is some sort of a we're gonna get that next, I guess. All right,
It's
so
a
let's go back to the
garage.
cottage.
It's a garage.
Yeah, let's go back to the cottage. Hey, you already got it highlighted down here. There we go. Okay. I don't see anything to write home about.
That's in the rear of the property and it doesn't look that bad.
No, and it's not that different from the front house because what you see from the road is that front porch like the other one.
Shouldn't there be at least some dimensions on this drawing? I mean,
It's-
it
they
shows
do.
the height.
They do, I just can't read it. It's on the right side.
Yeah, it shows the height is 21 feet, 8.5 inches,
Which is fine.
plus another 6 inches or so for the foundation.
And it's got 28 feet wide. And what's the side view, Esmeralda? Well, that's including the porch, I would assume. No, 32 by 28. It's got the right height. It's got a broken back. The only thing I can see that's really irritating is on the northwest. Those French doors aren't working at all. As far as the pattern. They shouldn't be 8 lights. The 8 lights, the panes are weird. I know they're sliders, but I don't know what happened to the panes.
But I have a question, Linda. This, in the minutes of the HDC for November 9th, I think it's included in the package. It says the HDC already approved this project through staff with submissions of supplemental information, and these drawings are referenced in any application. So,
I believe that's the demo. Is it not, Esmeralda? This is a brand new structure we're looking at?
okay, so
Correct. This is a brand new structure and I think the minutes refers to the demo.
Demo.
okay, thank you.
Yeah, it's a moved demo of the cottage. They have to advertise it before they can demo it. Somebody will take it.
I see.
The only things I can see is the sliding doors. The panes are odd. And the baluster up there has wire. Anybody in favor of wire?
Well, that doesn't face the street.
No, it faces backwards, but what does it face? It faces, is a Tennessee back there?
It faces some homes.
No, there's a house behind the property, so you wouldn't see it. There's a very large house behind it, so you wouldn't be
Okay.
able to.
Okay. So no concerns here? They'll deal with the panes in the glass.
I have no concerns, just Tom.
Okay,
You're the dormer expert, Linda. The southeast elevation that faces the street, is that okay by you?
it's all right by me. It's off the street. That's the only way they're gonna keep this height at 21 feet is to have a shed dormer that's basically a flush dormer. So, and there's weird dormers all over Mattocket, so.
Yeah,
I just
well,
think I think the pitch of the one on the northwest is a little flat. That's what he's missing. He's missing the pitches. Esmeralda, go back to the application page for a second. What does he have for pitch on these dormers? Oh, he doesn't actually have the pitch on the dormers.
Well, he's got, yes, he has 5 over 12 covered porches and 8 over 12 on the main mats.
Yeah, but he's supposed to have the dormer filled in. He doesn't have the dormers filled in.
Oh, yeah, I see that. It's blank.
Okay, so that's my only problem is the northwest dormer is a little flat pitched. I'll make that as a note. Otherwise, I don't see any other issues with it. So there's really no, Mark, any concerns other than that?
I have no others. Tom,
Yep, I got you. Mark,
No
anything else?
concerns. No
Okay,
concerns.
Bruce.
Okay.
All righty. Okay, somebody make that motion that we put that notation in there. And no
I-
picture of the existing structure.
So moved.
Okay, who was that? Is that Mark? Is that Bruce?
Yes.
Okay, is there a second?
Second,
Mark? Okay, all those in favor, Bruce?
Yes.
Mark, yes.
aye.
Tom, yes. Okay. All right, what's next? Garage,
Garage application.
okay. Do we have a height on that application?
It says here.
15.4, okay. All right. Like so many, everybody's putting something in the basement. Everybody's doing that.
This is kind of a corporate, short-term rental. So maximizing as much as they can.
Yeah, I don't see anything wrong with this. Anybody else have concerns with this thing?
Other than that, it would be nice if there were some dimensions that we could reference on this, but this.
He has them. It's 28 by
Drawings,
24.
in the past, Linda, you've complained about things or commented about things like there's no cardinal directions, there's not enough dimensions on this thing, but
No, he's got the cardinal points and he has dimensions. It's 24 by 28.
okay,
They're on there.
I don't see them, but okay.
Yeah, on the right, if you look at the southeast up on the upper left corner, he's got the height and he's got the width.
Okay.
What he doesn't have again are the pitches. Okay. It's fine, but he doesn't have any pitches on the drawings,
Are the pictures shown on the application?
8 and 12, they in 3, I don't know what's 3 and 12. 3 and 12 is a little too low. I don't know how he's gonna fix that and keep this thing small, but I think 3 and 12 is a really low pitch, but it's not unusual for Mattakit. But he's got to put the pitches on the drawings. They're required to be on the drawings. So you don't have to go back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. So I'll make that note. I'll call Brooke and say, you got to get a grip here. And a picture of the main structure. Okay, somebody make that motion.
I can make that motion.
Okay, that's Tom. I assume, Mark, you're doing your usual second.
Second,
Okay, Tom in favor,
Yes,
Mark in favor,
yes.
Bruce in favor.
Yes.
Okay, I'm in favor. Okay, the next thing is, I'm afraid, pool.
It's a pool.
I know it's a big enough lot because I had a client that was fairly close to this a couple weeks ago when they got the notice. And they wanted to know what was happening and we checked the lot size. So the lot size does, it is over 7,500 square feet. Or whatever it has to be, 10,000 square feet or whatever it has to be. Okay, pool. Yay. Not very big.
It's a big pool.
No, it's not. 20 by 36 is one of the smaller pools.
well, that's still it's an average size. It's not large, but it's not small. It's about average.
I've been dealing with 20 by 42s a lot lately. I had one that was 66 feet long. Go figure. What are you doing in that pool? Okay. Provided it's not visible from the street. Anybody got any problems?
Well, it is visible from Connecticut Road. I have some questions and maybe you could help me with them.
Yep.
First of all, the drawings don't show a fence around it.
They don't need a fence anymore. If they have an automatic pool cover, Esmeralda, do they have an automatic pool cover? Doesn't it?
Yes.
It says it does, but the state regulation still calls for a 6-foot-high fence around it, and there's no exception.
No, it doesn't anymore. It hasn't, it's been a 4-foot fence. But it
Yeah.
does not require a fence under the code anymore if it's got an automatic pool cover. I do enough of these. So no, it does not require, and it was 4 foot before, and it could be wire and hedge.
Shouldn't there be an indication where the pool equipment is and an enclosure for it, at least to soundproof it or whatever?
Yeah, you might as well go back to the site plan again, Esmeralda, and see if we can find the pool equipment. I didn't notice it offhand. Oh, you know where it is? It's in the basement of the, that's why there's a walk down. It's in the basement of the cabana. That's where I'm putting all mine. That's where everybody else is putting theirs.
What do you mean the cabana? The
That-
garage?
Yeah. We have to have that indicated though, so I will put down, where's the pool equipment basement? Okay,
I'm looking at the basement plan of that building and it doesn't show anything about equipment there. I mean, it shows a bathroom.
no, it wouldn't. They're not required to do that. We are required to ask the question and they have to come up with an answer. So that's where that's going.
So if it's
Linda.
out, I guess so if it's outside, it would require an enclosure.
Yeah, or somewhere where it's not seen. So that's the
Linda.
question we ask. Yep, Tom?
Even though it's in the rear of the property, do you think we should still have a row of bushes in the front of it?
I think we should put down, it's required actually for a pool in Mattocket, is that it be properly screened, and I don't see a screening plan. Do you?
No.
Okay, that's the
The
other,
only thing they're saying is it's got the natural vegetation, the notation there, if you can blow it up a little bit.
well, that isn't gonna work.
Well, I was gonna, that was one of my comments, that shouldn't it be some kind of an evergreen type of indigenous, and, vegetation?
Esmeralda, can you move it to the left a little bit, Esmeralda? I like it blown up, but there we go. Where's the fence, by the way? Does anybody
what?
see where the fence is?
It runs along the front of the driveway, on both sides of the driveway where those cars are parked. It just runs in front of that, and there's a kind of an art pergola there.
An arbor? Where
Yeah.
is that?
You see the two.
Oh, he's got the notation way to the left. That's the problem. The notation's off the page.
Right there. You
I
see
got
the
it.
dark black line? That's the fence.
Yeah, I got it, but that notation with the little arrows goes off the page. We can't see it. All right, the only other problem we have here, besides the lack of screening plan, adequate screening. If you look to the side of the building, guys, what do you see on the right side of that building? Something that should not be there.
Are you talking about that little red enclosure?
Mm-hmm.
Let's
Yes.
make that, can you make that a little bigger? There's some writing there that's hard to see.
Fire pit.
It's the
Yep.
fire pit.
And it's on the side of the building. Does anybody else have an issue here?
I just have about the screening.
I have a problem with the fire pit, period. On the side
Right
of the,
next to the shingling.
that's ridiculous. Well, I don't care if they burn their house down. My problem is they shouldn't have a fire pit and a patio. What is, Esmeralda, do you have any idea what that red line is there?
It says retaining flush grade.
What does that mean?
They're putting some bluestone patios there, and I think they meet there. There's a slight, grade difference there. You can see it goes from 19 to 17. So I think they've got a little
Sunken
retaining.
patio? Is it sunken? It must be a sunken patio then.
It might be, it doesn't say.
Well, I don't think it should be on the side of the building at all. I don't like fire pits, but I'm not going to tell you you can't have one, but it should not be on the side of the damn building. Flush,
And
open to
if
the
you see
street.
it-
It's completely visible to the street.
There's a 2-foot drop there. They're regrading that whole area. You see the red elevations. It's going from at the corner of that building at 17'6", 17 and a half feet. It's going down to about 15 and a half feet by that fire pit. So it's kind of a 2-foot drop there. So I believe they're building a little retaining wall and a patio there.
with a fire pit, I don't care what they're doing there. It shouldn't be on the right side of the house, which is completely visible from the road. Does anybody else have a problem with that?
Well, I do, Bruce does. But they're indicating, you see with the big bold green lines, they're indicating natural vegetation hiding it.
That can disappear tomorrow, as you know.
I know. That's why I was saying there ought to be a fence around these types of things, but maybe they could find a better location for that where it's not so visible.
Yeah, I mean, put it somewhere else. I've seldom seen this type of situation where it's off to the side of a house, ever.
Maybe
Usually
they
back
could
to the
put it,
pool.
maybe they could put it somewhere else, like between the pool and the garage.
Yeah, somewhere other than there, unless they screen the crap out of it or put a fence over there.
Or behind the pool.
Yeah, somewhere else. It can be in the setback, but not everybody's gonna do that. But everybody agree with these comments? Tom?
Yes,
Okay, I'll make that, somebody make that motion. I put those comments in.
I can make the motion. Tom,
I assume
Second.
Mark's got the second. All those in favor, Bruce,
Yes.
Mark,
Aye.
Tom,
yes,
myself, okay. Okay, guys. Is that it, Esmeralda?
That is it.
Like to make a motion to adjourn.
Okay,
Second,
okay, all in favor, Bruce,
Yes.
Mark,
aye.
Tom?
I.
It's 10:56. Okay, thank you, everybody. We'll see you next
Good to
time.
see everybody.
See you in a couple of weeks, Bruce.
Thank you, everyone.
Bye-bye now.
Bye,
a good
everybody.
Nice to see everyone.